Hey guys, how doing? Shaw here. I thought it was only fair. I did Jake Paul today, as I did Tommy Fury yesterday, and these have got a fight coming up at the end of February. I'm not sure what date. This is Jake's last fight against Anderson Silva. It's not the full fight because I think it was. If I did, it'd get copyright claimed. So this is just the highlights. But yeah, should be enough to go off anyway. So let's have a look. Yeah, Jake's an inch taller than Tommy, and he's got a slightly shorter reach. Tommy's got like abnormally long arms. Oh, I mean, Jake's clearly a risk taker, isn't he? But he's at least shown a variation of attack. He's definitely like a high energy uh, kind of guy. He was a little bit clumsy there, just leaving his jab out. Just you can't do that with someone like Anderson. Um, Anderson had like a few boxing matches. He beat Julio Cesar Chavez by split decision, like a year before this, I think, 2021. Um, so yeah, like he has got decent boxing record, and of course he's like an MMA legend. Maybe even one of the best stand-up MMA fighters of all time. Um, that was a bit naughty then. So, see how he kind of just pushes his elbow down on Jake's shoulder there. Old habits die hard. But yeah, Anderson, he didn't have a great run at the end of his career, but he was still fighting, top guys. Uriah Hall was his last MMA fight, and he lost by KO. But I'd think, like, and I'm not trying to accuse Anderson of anything, that you know being out of the USADA testing pool after UFC, I would have thought, and I wouldn't understand why he wouldn't get his hormones optimized afterwards. So yeah, this is probably a better Anderson than you'd have seen at the twilight of his career in UFC. And this is a point that I made yesterday. Is Jake's faced adversity, and I don't think Tommy has. Tommy, his opponents that he'd fought, like especially at the start of his career, they were, zero wins and 100 losses or something crazy. It was really bad, and I don't understand why he'd want to pad his record so much. He's more successful on reality TV. He doesn't really need a boxing career. You could, there's, it's, you can kind of suggest that, you know, Jake has actually fought a good pro boxer here in Anderson Silva. Yeah, he's older, but like I said, he's probably got, his hormones optimized and whatever else. So Jake has fought, Tommy's fought people that have really just came to lose. Anderson, it doesn't look like he's just gonna lie down and take it, does he? But Jake's got skills. He's definitely more explosive than Tommy. You can see some of his fundamentals are a bit like that. Like this is very wild, but I don't think Tommy's going to be able to punish him for doing things like that. Anderson is still capable of fighting like a decent pro here. You know, yeah, he's older and he's slowing down now, but you know because he's gave Jake a good fight in this so far. Some people might think that Jake's not that good. He couldn't knock him out early or whatever else, but it's adversity that Tommy hasn't been through yet, and Jake has. So to me, it's a good thing that you need these hard fights for something to learn from. If you fight someone that's had, I'll just pause this for 1 second. I've made this point before, but say if you're fighting Muay Thai, so you're doing 5 round fights, and you fight someone that's had 5 1 round knockouts, right? They haven't even fought 5 full rounds in their career, whereas you fight someone that's had five round fights. They've got a lot more. They've got 5 times the experience of that other person. So, Jake's, this fight's a 8-round fight, and he's faced adversity and stuff. So, I'd take that. He's had to learn while he's in there. And I don't think, because he's been through this adversity and he still wants to fight and stuff, he's still pushing to fight. Some people have a batter and they're like, oh no, I'm done. But he didn't take it from Anderson. He fought till the end. And Jake's other opponents like Tyron Woodley and Ben Askren, whatever, they were done, but the fire had gone out in them. But Anderson is a different kind of guy. And Tommy's guys would, I've already said, I don't think any of them came to win. I would, like, in this fight, I would have liked to have seen Jake use his straight right more to set things up. But he's definitely doing well. And look, this is, in the 7th round, he's still going, trying to, put on a higher pace. It's a higher pace than I've seen from Tommy. Tommy seems to throw combinations well, but he doesn't have the same venom in his shots. Yeah, I don't really like either of the guys, but going into that fight, I'm neutral, but it's certainly interesting to watch. I'm definitely more of an Anderson fan than a Jake fan. What was that? Let me just watch that one more. Body. Yeah, I mean, that's a dangerous shot from Jake. And Tommy's got a really bad habit of, he sort of jabs and then keeps his hand low. He doesn't snap it back to his chin. And, he hasn't been punished for it yet. It's like a lot of boxers have kind of a lazy jab and they can pull back and, kind of keeps them safe. But I don't think Tommy's got that skill yet. I haven't really seen much head movement from him. But yeah, I mean, Jake had much tougher, 7 rounds, and then he still managed to drop Anderson. Yeah, I think Tommy's longest fight has been 6 rounds, so to have the feeling of those extra 2 rounds, that does make a difference. He's gonna have a bit more confidence. That to think that he can do it again, because in my opinion Tommy won't put the pressure on him that Anderson did. I could be wrong, it's hard to say unless they've, if they'd fought already, or whatever, but I haven't seen enough of Tommy to really say, but from what I have seen, I do think Jake will beat him. I think Jake's, more powerful. He seems to have a higher work rate. I think Tommy's got a few bad habits that go in Jake's favour. But he might really turn it on, Tommy might, he could do it. Okay. Well, if you've got any fights you want me to have a look at, just type them in the description, or I've got it in the comments, and I've got my socials in the description. So yeah, just send them over and I'll make one of these videos for you. This is actually a fun fight too, but I won't do it now. But yeah, let's speak soon, guys.